What's up, guys? So this is my 5th week of Candito's linear program. I thought since it was my last video for the month, I'd record some of my thoughts on how this month has been going. So right here you're watching 215 for 6 on squat, and I'm really happy with how these looked. I mean, you'll see the depth is really good, and earlier this month I was having some issues with depth, which was new to me. I usually never have issues with depth, at least in the past, but these are all clearly really deep, much deeper than they need to go. If anything, I'm going to try to cut these a little higher in the future. But usually I have some good morning issues in my squats, but these, I mean, my hips rise a little faster than the rest of my body, but nothing to be too concerned about. I was really happy with how these looked. After this set, you'll see, I'll show you an earlier set I did this month, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. So here you go. This is, you can see my depth was very questionable there. Might not have even been good competition depth, and you can see that I'm good morninging the weight quite a bit. But yeah, these sets look much better. So here's the last set of those, and it also went pretty good. I'm really happy with how these look. This is my first workout back in my university gym, so I'm hoping they all keep going this way. I've been doing beltless for the past 2 or 3 months now. I don't plan on adding the belt back in until the beginning of March, so my best belted sets were 230 for 2 sets of 6, so I'm getting close to that beltless. I'm hoping to hit that next month beltless, and then once I add the belt back in, hopefully I'll smash some PRs, hit something really good. So you see, as I get fatigued, my hips rise a little faster, but again, it's just much better than it's been looking lately. So I'm really happy about this. It got a little grindy at the end, but nothing too bad. So this is my sumo deadlifts, 245 for 6. Now take a look at these first 2 reps right here. On the first one, I dropped it really quick, and then on the second one, I didn't even completely lock it out. The next 4 are good, though. It's interesting. This hasn't been happening to me lately at all, but it's what I got red lighted for in competition back in October. In fact, after this set, I'll throw in a clip of my last deadlift from competition, which I failed because of downward movement. And I don't think I have a lockout issue, but like you can see the last 4 reps went really well, but sometimes I just seem to have a little bit of downward movement right at the top of the deadlift, and I'm not sure what the reason is. So this is back in competition. The weight is 320, I believe. I missed it on my second attempt for lockout issues, and you'll see it's going up, and then it goes down like a centimeter at lockout, and I still lock it out, but of course 3 red lights because of the downward movement. So this hasn't been happening lately. In fact, my deadlift progression's been going really good. I've been increasing it 7.5 pounds a week as opposed to the 5 pounds on my squat. Everything's been going great. So hopefully this is just a fluke and this doesn't happen again. This is my last set of deadlifts from that day. See, they're going pretty good. I widened my stance a little bit out from competition because I have a good enough flexibility for it. So I definitely want to keep working with this wider stance. I'm still very happy with how my deadlifts have been progressing. Hopefully this lockout thing doesn't become too big of an issue. Yeah, right there. You see right there I lost it at the top because I couldn't hold it, just like in competition. But I hit the last one pretty solidly, and I did even more of a lockout than I needed to. So now on to the heavy upper day. This is 137.5 for 6. I started microplating my bench and my OHP for a while now. It's been the 5-pound increase a week seemed to be too much to handle, but 2.5 pounds has been going really well each week. I had to deload about 2 weeks ago I missed 140 I got it for 2 sets of 6, I think, and then 1 set of 5. So I deloaded at 5 pounds, and now I'm working my way back up. The biggest thing I want to work on with these is my elbow tuck. Clearly I'm flaring a little more than I should, but it's the bench is progressing. I haven't experienced any shoulder pain, so if I could keep progressing it, that would be great. But I'm definitely going to be working on technique too. And later in the week, my second upper day, I do 3-count pause bench, so I'm hoping those improve my form a lot. I'd also like to work on my arch, because right now it doesn't look like I have much of one at all. So I guess that's just a flexibility thing. But these went pretty good. They got a little grindy at the end, but nothing too bad. So I'm hoping next week I can do 140 and actually get it this time. They're not quite competition pauses, but they're quick enough. I mean, they're long enough for me. As I get closer to competition, I'll probably switch over to longer pauses, but for now they're good. So this is 87.5 for 6 on OHP. This is really great. My OHP has been going up very consistently, 2.5 pounds pretty much every week since I started microplating it. So hopefully that continues, because it really doesn't seem to have any signs of slowing down right now. And even though it's not a competition lift, overhead press is definitely one of my favorite lifts. Yeah, so last one's a grind. Alright, so moving on to the pause squats I did the next day, or 2 days later rather. This is my third set with 195 for 4. It was pretty hard actually. I mean, pause squats have been going really, really good since before the meet. Before the meet I hit 175 for 4, and then I stalled right around there. I really couldn't progress past it, so I've gotten 20 pounds past that point now on these, so they've gotten a lot slower. This third set you'll see is a real grind at the end. I don't know, I'll probably have to deload these pretty soon, maybe add in some more volume to keep things progressing, but the sets after this one actually went a lot better than this one did. I'll show you the fourth set right after this one, and those are the only 2 I recorded. That one right there you can see definitely RPE 10. But so here's the next set I did, and sorry about the terrible quality. Don't know why the glare is so bad on this one. But they're moving a lot faster than the set before. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get through all 6 sets of these today, but I did manage to get through them, and the third set was definitely the hardest. You can see definitely, for sure, my hips are rising before the rest of my body, which is not great, but it's not terrible either. It doesn't look too bad. So here is my first set of pause deadlifts that I recorded. It's 210 for 4. The pauses definitely could have been a little longer today, but not too bad. And I'm fairly happy with my back positioning. It's a little bit rounded, but it's so much better than it was before. Alright, so moving on to the last day of this training week. This is my upper hypertrophy session, which is I do 8 sets of 3-count pause bench. So today was 130 pounds. This isn't exactly what Candito has laid out in his upper hypertrophy template. His template is 4 sets of 8 with touch and go bench and 4 sets of 8 with incline bench, but I've kind of taken the liberty of altering it a decent amount. It's the only day that I actually alter on the program, but I found that these have helped me with my form a lot. These have helped me keep tight. In the future, I probably will do a video on the changes I've made to the program and how I've kind of slowly changed it over time and why. Yeah, these went really well. I started doing these 2 weeks ago, so I started with 125 pounds, and I'm increasing it 2.5 pounds each week, like my other pressing. I was pretty happy with how they looked from this angle. Usually I get a little concerned about my elbow flare, but from this side, it doesn't look too bad. Right around this set, I guess they got kind of grindy, but definitely was never worried that I wouldn't get all the sets. So thank you guys if you've watched this far. I really appreciate you sticking with this 9-minute video, definitely my longest video yet. I'll probably do commentaries a little more often because it's pretty fun to record my thoughts on these. So this is my last set. Hope you guys have a good Super Bowl Sunday. And sorry I didn't get this video out yesterday, which was the plan. So as opposed to this being the last video of January, it is now the first video of February. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.